Hey, about god dang freaking time. So yeah, I never scheduled things on here again because every time I fucking do, guess what? It doesn't let me start the video. Yeah. I'm annoyed at YouTube right now. Can't you tell? Oof. I love it when you go to do something and it does that. So yes, you are first, Effie. So I'm doing dual screen right now somewhat. I'm using my laptop to keep an eye on my comments. And I'm using this to actually talk. So I'm going to test the thing. Okay, good. My sound is working fine. Ignore that small little glitchy glitch in there for a minute. And yes, you still have my beautiful bedroom. And hiding over there is my cat, who's asleep. So, some of you wondering the name of this. Hello everyone so far. I'm actually going to do some drawing as I'm talking. And if people want to join in, let me know. And maybe I'll send you the link via Discord. Or I'll have to email it to you. But I will be actually finishing up a piece of art that I was working on this week. Oddly enough, not Pagan related, but more video game related. This is why I'm not allowed to play Final Fantasy XII on my off time. Because I have an unhealthy obsession with the villains. All except for Vayne. Vayne can go suck a big one, and I'm glad he gets killed. Yeah, I need help. So, but I'm going to talk about a few things before getting into that. How was everyone's 4th of July? Let's just say the highlight of mine was I got a SWAT ducky. I have a little rubber ducky in a SWAT uniform. If you guys don't know, I actually collect rubber duckies. I had a bunch of them once upon a time before they fell off my computer, and my dog deemed them good, yummy treats. Zephy, no blowing yourself up. Bad dragon. Dragons don't blow themselves up. Oh, my other duck is. He actually is from the Axe Body Wash line. He's a Lusa duck. These are so far the only two my dog hasn't got a hold of. Watching myself doing this stuff and realizing the delay is kind of hilarious. Hi, I am Trash. I will never get sick of saying your name, by the way, because sometimes I thoroughly believe I am Otaku Trash. My walls will actually justify that later on in life. Oh, the bleach. So, 4th of July for me, we decided to go to the Ridgefield fireworks display that was on at Clark County Fairgrounds. Let's say this much. It was a shit show. They didn't have enough food vendors, for one. The vendors that they did have, they had two, like the shaved ice places. One place doing ice cream. One place doing pizza. One place doing hot dogs, hamburgers, and elephant ears. And then that was it for food or water. They did not, like at most of the events that Clark County puts on, they did not have the water trough there, which is basically a huge water tank that they fill up your water bottle for you. They did not have people handing out water bottles like they would normally have. They were charging up to $4 for a bottle of water that you can buy at the store for 50 cents. They also had lines to just get a bottle of water. My friends ended up spending 3 hours in line just to get water. There was no public drinking fountains, little shade. The actual selling vendors they had were one person selling jerky, one person selling jewelry, which I actually bought this from because, you know, $5 and I can sit here at work and do this. Really nice, actually. It's fun, man. My brain. Then Mostly like, here, I'm a chiropractor, come to my booth, or we're playing on Taekwondo. Yeah, that was about it. And somebody installing for Windows, where 95% of anyone who goes to these shows normally have apartments. That guy was bored. The entire time I sat at one of the picnic tables, I was half keeping an eye on him. Oh my God, he had no one come over. I've never seen somebody so bored and desperate to talk to anyone. I feel bad for the guy. Then we had entitled people. Like one lady tried to jump the 3-hour line by saying, I have money, therefore I deserve to be at the front of the line. I'll give you an extra 20 if you serve me. Literally what she did. She was told to go to the back of the line. Then there was somebody, I had left Soren for 5 whole minutes, ironically. And when I came back, they were sitting at a different table. Well, a family came in, put their stuff down, pushed our stuff onto the ground, which was just the backpack you see behind me and a couple of jackets and our friend Matt's huge water bottle, and took up the entire table and basically told them they had to move. Made Soren move. So when I got back over there, Soren told me what happened. And I'm like, well, let's go to the table on the other side of them that has a garbage can because, why not? And as we're walking past, I'm like, because we're not stuck up bitches who like to bully people out of their places when there's perfectly good tables all around them just because they feel they're entitled to it. The woman sat there and glared at me the entire time. I just smiled happily, ignoring her existence for the most part. Besides glancing over, because when you're wearing sunglasses, you can't see somebody's eyes. Then they ended up getting up and leaving and scowling at me. I'm like, bye, blessed be, bitch. And that was interesting. So we did finally get our spots, and we were getting all settled into the bleachers, which was a nice thing. That what I would give them. Then after that happened, we sat there. We waited for our friends. Our friends showed up. Well, after being in line for 3 hours. We got our dinner, which was an elephant ear. They had their hot dogs. Our friend had bought the last sausage dog they had. So he literally got the last kielbasa. He was happy. People behind him was pissed. From there, ended up waiting for the show to start. They passed out some glow stuff for free, and some people bought some of those cool, like, glowy spinny wands. So we were all sitting there figuring they were going to turn the floodlights off for the show and leave a little bit open in the beer garden. Which, by the way, $8 for a can of Coors Light that I can buy a 6-pack for about that much. Fuck that shit. Well, we were sitting there, and the fireworks show started with the floodlights blaring in our eyes so you could hardly see it. Then not even halfway through the show, like 10 minutes in, a small fire erupted over in the field like normal. This was something none of us were new to because every year something catches on fire during the 4th. And normally, if you were at the Fort Vancouver, that's normal. It's normally the field. But they were always smart enough to have fire trucks over there to have pre-wet the grass so it's easier to put out, Well, they didn't do this over there. And it became a little bit of a raging fire, so they just stopped the fireworks but continued to play the music. As if they might be starting them back up. They continued to play the music. All the way to the finale where there was no fireworks going off for 15 to almost 20 minutes. So we got less than 10 minutes of fireworks. I had to pay $6 for parking, which isn't bad. Way too much for food and water. So a lot of people were dehydrated. Had lights blaring in our eyes, so we couldn't even see the couple minutes of fireworks. And then they didn't even come over the speakers to tell us there was an incident and the fireworks show was done. And they would not be continuing. They gave us radio silence. I finally heard back from them the day after commenting something on their Facebook page and emailing them. that they were terribly sorry for the inconvenience to everyone, and they hope next year they would join them for the better show and that they will learn from their mistakes. Well, the comments on the Facebook page pretty much goes down to the "we're never coming again." At least 85% of everyone who went voted that they're not ever going to go back there because of how much of a shit show and disrespected they felt when people didn't even go over the loudspeaker to tell them what was going on. They had no handicap access for people who were in wheelchair. They had a policy to almost make a girl leave because she had her service dog. They said absolutely no pets, and a service dog counts as a pet. Well, as soon as she said something about lawyers, they left her alone. Then it just got worse. And it was just horrible. So my friends and I have learned one thing. We're going back to the fort next year, even if there's no entertainment and that there's very little things to do. We don't care. At least we have our friends and we have a show that goes on and is not interrupted. And they know how to put out a freaking fire. So, lesson learned, trying new things sometimes is a good thing, and sometimes ends up being a shit show. For us, this time it was a shit show. But that was my 4th of July. And yes, I still have $20 worth of fireworks sitting in my kitchen. So I have Roman candles, angry incense, aka sparklers, and some fountains. We're going to be taking those to the beach and setting them off. Because, you know, the beach. And we're responsible adults. Oh, shit. Or I will be setting off a few of them tomorrow for a friend's memorial. Which that brings me to if I seem off or not all there, I apologize. Tomorrow is a dear friend of mine's birthday. And she would have... She would have been hitting her 30s. Keyword is should have been. But that will never happen. So we're pretty much going there to celebrate and do a memorial of her life at the zoo because it's the one place she loved the most. So I'll be there with her family and all that. And even if that means I'm parking at the tram station and taking the bus there because I can't drive in Portland alone. Soren has work. I do not. I'm actually taking a personal day because of it. My boss let me. So, yay, kudos for my boss being a great guy. Thank you so much if he does ever stumble across this. But I do apologize for not being 100% me. So, with that fun stuff, let's just talk about any of the fun stuff that's been going on in anything. Yes, Effie, I will admit it is stupid and messed up, but playing with bottle rockets is always fun. I have blown things up that I shouldn't have blown up. But I have always been a destructive person. Because, you know, things that go boom are fun. And, cancel that out. Sorry. But yes, blowing things up is fun. It was screwed up what they did. In the end, they screwed themselves out of a lot of things. So it was more or less their fault, not ours. Yippee. Magical advice of the day. Don't ever put anything that you can do now into a basket for later because that basket will fill up quicker than my laundry basket. And by the look of my laundry basket, that's a lot of shit. That's been tips from Loki. I'm gonna try to get back to some of my older videos and whatnot. That's good news. Like I would say how to paint rocks, but most of us know how to do this already. Some of the Vancouver rocks that I've collected over the years. This one was actually placed by my car wheel one time. So I have a bug rock. I call him Buggy. He actually looks pretty cool. And this one was done by like the dots or whatnot. On the back it says keep or rehide. Post on Facebook when found. Vancouver Rocks 2017. I've had this one for a while. So that's normally what you're supposed to do. Or you collect them, and I collected them thus far. I do have my Arizona iced tea one still. So why it's called art, maybe? Because I'm going to screen share with you what I am working on. And we're going to be going through this because, hey, you know what? It's fun. And come on. Someone I want to share. Yay! So you guys get to see what I'm actually doing. Woohoo! For those who are not familiar, this is from the game Final Fantasy XII. These are actually two of the judges, Judge Drace and Judge Keese. I'm going to be having fun, actually. I don't want to rename that. Coloring this in. I did the line art a while back. I just haven't finished it the same. Because I've been busy. So we're going to have fun with Loki doing artwork because, you know, it's fun. If you look here, I actually have two things that I use or color references for skin tones. I don't need to do that. I have that one, which these were provided for me by a friend. And then this one. He's actually helped me with my flesh tones because I don't have those saved as little palettes up here. I'm not going to lie. When I first got back into doing the art on my computer, I ended up using a lot of bases that people had and just adding my own touches to them. We'll use the 9. Yeah, this will be for Drace. I ended up using my own bases with them because it's a lot easier. And I am checking my color references real quick. Oh, don't crud. I thought I had an actual picture of Drace up. No, I only have pieces up. Go figure. Piece and Drace. Oh, dear Lord. Right, there's not very many actual pictures of her outside of her armor besides people drawing them. And they're actually in their armor in that one. That's Zaggy. Ah. Yeah! I apologize, and you guys are zoomed in on that at the moment. Yeah, she is lightly tanned. But does... Okay, Pagan. Interesting things that have been sent on. I've been sent on Discord has just escalated. Damn it, Pagan. I should yell at him and tell him to get into my live chat. No, that's what I'm gonna do. He sends me really weird stuff, so I just yelled at him. So, back on task here. Switching too quick. I was on the background. So, obviously shading. And I'm sorry if this seems a little glitchy. But the cool thing about artwork is you can tie it in with some of your other stuff. As most of you have seen, I've done a lot of artistic things when it comes to building things for my altar, making things for rituals, stuff like that. I've done a lot of things like that for myself. You can either draw it out, you can write it out, you can do a lot of things for yourself when it comes to art. It doesn't necessarily have to be drawing. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything like that. I made a boo-boo there, and I will actually have to correct that in a minute. So. There. Most people are smart and label their layers. I am not one of them. I just finished something I'm very proud of today. I wish I could show. If you like, you can go through some of my older videos and you can find my link to my Discord. You're more than welcome to join. And we do have a section in there for artwork that you can post up. And I'd be more than happy to have you in there if you have a Discord. If not, I can always send you my email if you'd like, and I can always do a feature it where I will feature your guys' artwork and some of your ritual work or just any of your work that you would like to show off. Do I take commissions? Not lately. But if you do take commissions, let me know, and I can post it along with links and stuff like that if you like. Oddly enough, that's the only skin on her that is showing. So go to the lighter. Skin takes a lot of different shades. You get to see an even better name. Let's not lie. My Discord name, my Discord, you'll notice that it's an icon of an orange-haired Turk, nothing pagan. And my actual Discord name on there is known as Legendary, because I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII nerd. And I love Reno's dad, or also known as the Legendary Turk. His actual nickname in most servers is Greg or Legendary. Last week I was Legendary Coffee in the Final Fantasy server. Then the week before I was something else. In one of my friends' servers at the moment, I am Narcoleptic Moose. If any of you get that reference, you're a bunch of nerds and welcome to my flock. I'm sorry this isn't very pagan based today. Like I said, I just needed a bit of an outlet, and I still wanted to get you guys at least something. Hey, look, I have a ding. Looky switch. Oh, welcoming. Let's see what you are at right now. I am trash. Dirt fucking with art. Dumb fuck with art supplies. Just joined, or did they? That is probably one of the best interests. Let's see what you put. Oh, that is nice. Hold on, let me have my reaction. I like it. Good job. I believe that's like a charcoal negative space, correct? Or something along that line. Yeah, that's charcoal. Yeah, that looks like charcoal. Very nice. You are a very good artist. Probably should have also shared the link on there. But that is very, very nice. I'm very impressed. Keep up the good work. And if you have other artwork, go ahead and post it up there. And if you notice, there's different channels you can do fun things with. But yay, pimp out my Discord. Because honestly, I don't care who joins as long as everybody's having fun and everybody's respecting one another. That's all that matters. And a few of you have seen that kind of call-out video I did against Call. If he wants to talk, I will gladly talk with him. And I will also point out where he's flawed and wrong. And remind him that none of my friends are sick. We're all perfectly healthy and perfectly happy. And if he thinks otherwise, then maybe he's the one who's sick. Because nobody I know is really terminally ill. So yeah, there's that. I mean, everybody gets the occasional cold. Grace's face is done. Now it's Geese's turn. Geese actually uses a palette on here. Where is... used hand. So yeah, not too much. He's off Slither's palette. And my friend that actually gave me these so that I could use them, and was shared artwork that we shared together, or artwork that she's done, or I've done of our characters. As I get their coloration right. She knows I use these because it's easier. Her actual name is Slither, so, well, I call it the Mighty Ben. The Venomous. So originally this character does have facial hair, but I am not drawing this in right now. I normally do that last. Yes, we also have a not safe for work area for artwork. And that reminds me, I need to add you to, you're over 18, as far as I know. And you are bewitched. There you go. We'll ignore the fact that bewitched is a very bright pink. I hate years. But no, magic and art have always kind of coincide with one another because it is an art form if you think about it. It's a good calming thing as well. To me, it does help keep me calm. Does help me when I'm stressed out. Much like music. Which, coincidentally, I'm not playing today because I already know as soon as I loaded up Pandora, it was going to be very loud because of the computer I'm on. Because I have Photoshop on the Mac and not my laptop. And I know I'm only going till about 9:20. Hey, Leon. So it's kind of one of those things. But as I was saying about Call for an Uprising, I'm not saying anyone needs to go and be vigilantes on him, ever. That's never a good thing. He's an idiot. He is not anything but a coward. And like I told him, It is fairly easy to get a hold of software to find his IP address, find all of his information, and dox him. But the difference is, I don't want to. I don't have time to waste like that. I have a life to live. I have stuff to do. I have a doggo that needs me. I could, but I don't want to. And I don't think anyone else should. Despite him being an enormous douche rocket, he does deserve his privacy. Everyone deserves their privacy. Feeling depressed, just throwing that shelter. The thing about depression is, for anyone, it comes and goes. I live with it. Yes, I'm supposed to be on medication for it. The best thing to do is take some time to yourself. And my dog is my baby, and she likes to be a rambunctious little butt monkey. But right now, the rambunctious little butt monkey is spending some time with Soren, who is spending some time in the living room. So he's pretty much lying down eating his bone. He likes to be my obnoxious little butt monkey. I love that dog to death, and I'm debating on taking him with me tomorrow or not. I don't know how well he's doing on the train. Soren is doing fine. They had a conversation with their mom today, and their mom is excited about the only one piece of paper left, and the old family home is no longer the old family home. It will be another family's home. As bittersweet as that is, I know for them it's something that closes a chapter in both their lives. It takes that responsibility of having to maintain that and deal with that away from my mother-in-law, and it helps her be able to get on with her life a bit more. It helps her be able to move where she wants to move, and be able to live closer to what child she wants to live closer to. She wants to move up here, actually. She lives in Oklahoma right now, so tornado land. Land of tornadoes! Sorry, I was drinking the last bit of my soda, which was in my AM PM cup, because I may be going there way too often. Okay. Duplicate. There we go. So, skin tones are on. Faces are practically done. Their armor is going to have a little bit more detail than what you see on here right now, because the full picture is this. Not necessarily. I like fireworks. I like boom boom booms. Fireworks are fun. Though my cats would disagree. My cats don't like them. The dog, on the other hand, is indifferent to them and thinks they're just loud, noisy thingies. Okay. Back to zooming in so I can work on Gisa's hair first. There we go. So I will actually show you guys the characters real quick. So bring back up. With that. No. Oh. Okay. I'll bring that one back up in a minute. Additional windows. Pagan. Okay. I'll do this one right now. Right there. That nice lady right there. That is Drace. No, don't do that. Essentially, that's kind of a head drawing over another artist did. Yeah, you're gonna see what's on my web browser. I'm trying to find an actual in-game picture of her real quick. Out being demonetized, even though I'm not monetized. That's an in-game picture of her right there. So yeah, that's a female in the picture. Here. Tumblr is a bad place. Let's not go to Tumblrland. It's 12. Final Fantasy 12. And Judge Geese is this motherfucker right here. This one. Shiny gold bastard. The one underneath him is Zagaboth. Zagaboth. Sorry. Better one of Drace. Yeah, her armor. Go fuck her armor. I'm not drawing her helmet. So in this lineup that I'm pulling up, I'm going to be doing in that armor. And Drace's armor. Well, bigger picture. Okay, I need a better picture. There we go, better picture. And this is the armor right here I'm actually building for an anime convention. So yeah, that's gonna suck. Except for I have alterations of the pants are going to be black instead of red. And the boots are actually going to be boots and not those because, you know, fuck that. And I won't have the helmet. But seeing that all I really have to do is make the chest piece, protective piece, and the arm pieces and covers, it will be a lot better than building the entirety of this armor, of Zagabronth's armor, with this Zagabronth's that helmet, Bergen's armor, which is Porcupine, or even Gabroth. No way I will ever make Drace's armor because I don't think I want to walk around looking like a literal tin can. So, go back here, screen share, stop. No, close. Camera. Go back to here. So yeah, you guys see what I'm doing. Their team makes a lot of people go into things. Turn that one back on. Okay, so his hair is essentially silver. I like to do it with a blue tint. But yeah, I am pretty much building armor and things because I have no life, and for some reason, cosplay is a good way to get out and do things and connect with the community. Because, you know, Second you say you're pagan, 5% of everyone just hisses and throws holy water at you. Which, shockingly, I'm not going to say if or if not, that if I've had that happen. If you've had someone throw holy water at you, please comment somewhere. Because, I mean, that's kind of, one, fucked up, two, a little hilarious, and three, I wonder what they were thinking. And did you go, ooh, yay, I needed a shower. Thank you so much. Because, I would have. But back onto the magical esper talk. Curiously enough, is there any topics you guys actually want me to discuss on here and talk about your comments when you post them? Because I can read off of here and it's not that hard. It's very hot. I know Jesus juice is on me. Oh my God. Oh, that is horrible. That is horrifying. Oh. Another thing I might actually do one of these days. My friends like to play Holy Water's now Jesus juice. Forever and always, it shall be known as Jesus juice. Oh, God damn it, Leon. So, my friends and I like to play a game called Golf with Friends. This is relevant because I might actually implicate it to people who have Steam in it. It's a $4 game. You can be an idiot. And it's fun. And it looks like my friend Malik, he's actually playing it right now. So, that part of the hair is done. And a little shade upper. Get a little bit more blue in there. So, why not? Golf with Friends. It's a fun little game. It's a PC game. And I think it's on sale right now for like $4. Jesus isn't biblical. Why is it called holy water? I kind of don't understand why they call it holy water. To me, our version of holy water or moon water you make with salt, water, and sometimes you can use some stones or sage or add stuff into it, which is kind of fun to do. I mean, when I make my moon water or my holy water, quote unquote, I always add in some amethyst shards. I add in some quartz maybe, and just different little things like that. I've also been known to add in rose petals. I've added in lavender. Yeah, just more or less to make it smell better. I don't ever drink it, so if anyone drinks it, then I'm a little concerned. You can make drinkable charged water, which is fine, but I don't suggest making it with salt if you're going to drink it. And also watch what stones you use. Make sure they're not water soluble or toxic. But I don't know why they call it that. Maybe because it's blessed and sanctified by a priest. But so are a couple of altar boys, so we won't go into this. Wow, I need to not make those jokes. I'm sorry, not all Catholics are like that. I apologize. Not all your altar boys have been touched dirty. There's a lot of them that come out perfectly normal. Can't that cause selecting charging water? Yes and no. I don't know. I've never had that problem. Some people like to add certain chemicals to it to make like little select to make things. Do you think? the one thing I'm trying to think, I'd have to look that up. Then Trash. I am Trash asked me, how do you think Cole feels about doing gay shit and saying no homo? I don't think he'd get the reference of no homo, for one. He seems like somebody who's a little out of date with things. If he did, then surprise, surprise. Decent backwards. That'd be a little bit of a shocker to me. If he watches this, then congratulations. But I don't know. Personally, he might be one of those people who we see arrested for being a gay senator and, well, being a straight man who gets caught with a prostitute or a boy, a gay one. So a male one. Because let me reiterate, not everyone who does gay stuff is gay. They can be bisexual, or they can be unisect or intersect or whatever sect. So I don't know. He'd probably be one of those people who'd get caught with them and then deny, and then backpedal and say that he was tempted by the devil. The devil! But since we don't truly know his actual identity or his actual name, we'll never truly know. And he can hide behind his hiddenness on YouTube all he wants. What he does is between himself and his God. And honestly, he posts a lot of mean things. But I wonder if he does sit there and say stuff and goes, oh, but no homo. So, yeah. Though I've never really understood that phrase. It's like, oh, yeah, I do this, but no homo. It's like, yeah, I've never understood that phrase myself. I don't know why people feel it necessary to say no homo. I mean, you can have bro love and just say, yeah, I love my bro, but in our own way, not in any way that you think, you pervert. Stop thinking that way. How dare you? You're the one doing it, not me. Stop imagining this. How could you? Who's top, who's bottom? So honestly, to me, that phrase is weird. Like I said, with Cole, you never know. He could secretly be a self-hating gay for all we know. And if he is a self-hating gay, then don't worry, sweetie. We're here for you. We are here for you. And voila, he's here. He's complete. Her hair is a little bit of a different gray altogether. This is a lot darker in color. So we'll start with a darker base. There we go. Now, when it comes to him, if he comes on my stream, then I will talk to him. I'm not afraid to talk to him. I never have been. I did get heated while typing people in that chat. There was a few comments that I didn't let get past for reasons. There was one person that I believe should have been kicked, but I'm not going to tell Logan what to do with his stream. With how he was disrespecting Zabora. That kind of annoyed me a little bit, but Z, I love you to death, but sometimes, honey, you do push a little bit. You know, since I'm right here, I'm going to do that too. I would, yeah, I can see that. That's why you rock, Trash. That's why you rock. Honestly, I didn't think it was a good idea to have him and Zabora on the same stream at the same time because I had a feeling something like that would happen. Zabora. The Z. I just have a problem pronunciating things. As you notice, I was trying to say a certain word and I couldn't, so I just changed to a different word. It happens at work, and we like to joke about it because I can't say cinnamon without doing it like that. I also I have a hard time with some vowels and stuff. When I say crown, I mean what you color with. And when I say crown, that's the thing that goes on your head. It's just how I pronounce things. I don't think Zabora is on with me right now, which is sad. Which is fine. She probably has stuff that she's doing or she's at work. But if she does read the chat later, I think she would appreciate that. You are a sweetheart. As for a lot of the stuff that went on in the stream, I started paying more attention to the fact that he was saying that we were sexualizing a child, when to me the only person sexualizing the child was him, because he kept bringing it up. And that was very concerning to me, that he kept bringing up the child and saying we were sexualizing him. How are we sexualizing something if he keeps saying it's sexualizing, when some of us are just like, no, it's not sexualizing anything. You're just a sick perv that's thinking that way. So honestly, he was sexualizing the child. He was sexualizing the child more than the media would have. My opinions on, do I think it's wrong what their parents are doing? If they're in a safe environment, nobody's exploiting the child for money, and nobody's forcing him to do anything against his will, as long as he's having fun, nobody's forcing anything upon him, including that sexualization that pervert was claiming was going on, then it's fine. A lot of the things that I noticed is he was in family-friendly places. As for Cole, I wonder if he is fighting his own internal struggle. The things that fly in the sky. Bird. For a while, I couldn't say rapper, as in a candy wrapper, because I grew up in the country and I didn't listen to rap music. So, funny story. If you ever want cheap entertainment at work, and you know your boss is up for jokes, and you have a radio that you broadcast out, well, as most of you notice, I have a little bit of a dialect or a bit of an accent. My mom was raised in Kentucky. And so as a child, I got to go to Kentucky and listen to my family's accents and develop a little bit of that. But I was also raised in Colorado and California. So I have a kind of a interesting hodgepodge of a accent of my own. And I like to have fun with it. Because, you know, you can't really have fun unless you have fun. And I decided to go on the radio. And so I go over the radio. I'm like, this is 30, 35. And he goes, this is 35. Go ahead. And so I proceeded to tell him that the building was closed. And I used my sweet southern accent that I kind of picked up from listening to my granny and my grandpa. That was on my mama's side, and technically my granny on that side was my step granny. But she was still my granny, damn it. And he replied in kind in his Boston accent with a southern accent on top of it. It caused the entirety of the shift that I was working with to crack up and have trouble breathing. I replied, all right, Shug, and he told me to have a very penguin day. I said, you too, Shug. And I proceeded to unclick my radios, fall down laughing. we kind of it helped their day move by a little bit faster. So listening to a Boston man do a Southern gentleman's accent was actually very amusing. And then you have Idris's hair. Oh, now the fun part. I don't want to do the armor. We just have way too much fun. But that's always something fun to do, is accents. Anyone can fake an accent, for crying out loud. It's typically easy. Typically easy. If I sound like I got farther away, it's because I fell backwards on my bed because my cat got on me. Who's your good kitty? Sorry. Okay, that was Trace's hair down. So I'm actually going to work on the darker pieces first. Halloween as a witch, Southern Belle. I thought about doing that, but I decided not to. The upside about this is Final Fantasy 12 is one of the first kind of games besides Final Fantasy 12 7 that I used to play, and it is one of my all-time favorites. And it kind of reminds me of D&D as well, because of the different creatures, different races, the different things that they do, sky pirates, and the different classes that technically people are. They do have Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age re-released for the PS4 and the Xbox One. I don't know if they have it on the Switch. But like I said, these are two of the villains, quote unquote, of the series. But to me, they're not villains. They're just soldiers of the time and do as they're ordered to. I don't see Drace as a villain because all she ever did was try to protect Lord Lorsa. I don't quite see Geese as a villain, but he could have went upon things a little bit differently. He's more of a researcher that wanted results. And the captain of the Leviathan and kind of an all-around dick. That doesn't mean he was always an all-around dick. That reminds me. I have to do his facial hair. He has a little goatee. I hate doing facial hair, so please bear with me. So I need to get to an actual picture of him. God, why must you have a goatee, Geese? There we go. That works. I do not see Reno as a villain at all. Reno, Rude, Elena, Song, and Rufus, to me, are not villains. If anything, Rufus took down a villain, which was his father, and was still trying to make the world a better place, but at the same time, he didn't have the right way of doing it. If you ever paid attention, Rufus was always funding Reeve in his research, so they just had a different way of looking at it. The true villain of that game was Hojo. Hojo was manipulating everything. Reno, Rude, Song, and Elena were just soldiers listening to their boss. Doing their best for the Turks. Doing the best for Rufus. That was their job. So Reno is not a villain. Reno is Reno. That's the best way to describe him. Reno is Reno. I'm a Turk lover, if you haven't noticed. So my mom and dad were from Wisconsin, and my mom's dad was from New Jersey. In school, instead of saying wash, I said washa. Instead of saying wash, I said washa. Because I was around my dad's mom more than I was around my mom's parents. That is kind of funny because my boss does that sometimes. Yes, facial hair is evil, especially drawing it. But yeah, thanks to accents and different ways that you're raised, some people say soda, some people say pop, some people, like me, I'm a complete monster, will sometimes say soda pop or sody pop or caffeine or just give me my damn Coke. Or I said Coke, but we only have Pepsi product. Yeah, Coke. Because all soda is Coke. Let's see what else. There's other words that it's like they have double feel and double meaning to it, depending on where you're from. Things always sound different, and because I've learned one thing, always save your work. That's all the black on her. He does not. I do not have their capes on them because screw drawing those. I'll switch to that black. I'm keeping an eye on the time because, like I said, I do have to still pick my roommate up tonight. They had to work. If you notice, what I'm doing is overlapping and having to erase a lot. It does make it easier to do a full coverage because, take that out. Yeah. Bright as white, I apologize. I can sing in an iron action on Green Fields of France by Dropkick Murphys, but no other. That is actually something that I've learned to do when I was in choir. We would sing a lot of foreign songs, and we'd listen to the original recording, and we'd base what we were supposed to somewhat sound like off of them, or we'd be singing in another language, so we would try to do our best. I've learned singing along to other music, such as Get Down from the Sixth soundtrack. I was singing like, "Get down, you mangy rascal, get down." I will throw on apparently a German-ish accent. Yeah. Because, Honor of Thieves. Missed it. But yeah, there's yeah, I don't sing very much out loud unless I'm by myself driving or with my roommate Ben driving. We tend to mimic what we listen to. That's just human nature. And the look of the Irish isn't that hard. To have a little bit of a wee lass of me to actually talk Irish or Scottish. And unfortunately, I sound horrible because I can't tell the difference between the two accents. I'm a horrible person. I'm sorry. Please don't hate me. But regardless, their accent is beautiful. And here. Okay. Let's work on the white on his. Yes, it's a grayish silver. Because, shadowing is a bitch. The dustier the, there we go. But yes, accents are an interesting, fickle thing. I kind of forgot his gloves are actually black, so I'm going to go back to here. Pull that. It's just when I was doing the line work, I've mistakenly put his gloves under gold, but I'll give him a little bit of a distinguish. You notice I'm not using true black with the lines. It's because doing true black with on top of the lines will kind of blend it out. Okay, back to the what I was doing. But singing with an accent is fun if you can mimic the accent well enough. I don't believe I can, so yeah. I apologize for my horrible accentness. But the thing is looking at the idea of people being villains is another thing. I want to make a Loki worshipping cleric in D&D, but knowing my own chaotic personality, it will go off the rails. I actually have a chaos paladin, and as long as you keep the thing in mind of you cause chaos to fix the chaos, you're fine. That's kind of how I went with it. And it would be fun. I think that the Irish and Scottish accents are beautiful. You have never heard an No, I have not actually. There are some accents I have heard and some I have not. I would have to look it up, and I will probably do so later on tonight. Argentina. um, I'm sorry that you never knew your mom. I don't know if you were adopted or other, but at least you have a loving life now. And we thank you for being in our lives. Sometimes it's hard never knowing one's parents. I kind of wish I didn't know my real dad, but that is my own personal reasons. Sperm donor, meaning not my stepdad that I consider my dad. I just went and saw. Um, you shouldn't. The idea of running away from yourself is never a good thing. You should embrace who you are fully and head on. If people can't handle you at your fullest potential and your own crazy, then they don't deserve to know the person that you are. I believe that you could do pretty well for yourself, Leon. So don't ever let anyone say that you need to run from who you are. And Trash, I wish I could jump through here and hug you, and I would. Oh, why is... My cat looks so cute right now. But you should never run from who you are. If you feel like you're more of a chaotic person, let your flag show and be you on your free time. At work, on the other hand, you might want to dull it down. Because trust me, making that money and making that life is what you need to do sometimes. Okay, good. I had to check on that. Because sometimes I notice my soundboard is off. But no, I believe everybody should be themselves and never have to be anything that they don't want to. So let's get the red done. White. Why anyone would wear this much white and gold is beyond me. Yeah, chaos is all around us. Just look at our nature. Look at Mother Nature herself. She's a very fickle woman. Look at our country. I think even Canada isn't immune to this. No offense, my Canadian friends, but we all have a little bit of chaos everywhere. Everything is pretty chaotic. Well, I would feel bad for them being a little hurt and offended, but at the same time, accidents happen. And she shouldn't have been hiding the true person she was either. Don't let that turn you off of being you. If a person is being two-faced and hiding themselves like she was, then I'm not saying she got what she deserved. But it should be reflected that she was being dishonest herself. And never let one experience make you go, well, I can't be me because it hurts people. No, you can be you. You just got to learn to control yourself. You got to learn to control who you are. As in, I know I'm a crazy motherfucker, but I'm not going to be a crazy motherfucker and do something stupid that will hurt someone. Like, I know that if I know I want to be crazy and go down to Portland tomorrow, well, I also know that I am not crazy enough to drive in that traffic because I don't feel like dying or accidentally hitting somebody who decides to walk across the street in the middle of rush hour. I know I can't drive on a certain bridge without having a panic attack. So, yeah. The thing is there's a difference between intentionally doing it, unintentionally doing it, and just not caring. You have to care about yourself and others still. And it's not that hard. Unless you have no empathy, then it's kind of hard. So I'm going to finish this red layer, and then I will have to let all you lovelies go because I have to go get in a car, drive down to 94th Street, and pick up my roommate from work. Yay! As in red layer, I'm going to finish red color itself. So, but if she couldn't handle your crazy, then we'll handle it for her. Because you're part of my little specialty flock. Because you are my friend. She's a lady with cats that pull her chariot. You tell me. She is a crazy cat goddess. No, I'm kidding. That's Bass. She best way to do it is look her up and see if she works for you. I'm not exactly a very good expert on her, but I will always tell people look up said people that you're thinking about and go from there. If it tunes with you, it tunes with you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So go with what drives with you, what tunes with you, and don't ever choose anything that you don't think works. You say, well, I want to do this because she's this, and you feel she doesn't work right with you, and you just stay with it, even though you don't feel it, it can backfire. So I would say do your research on it. Look her up for yourself, because I can't off the bat tell you what she's like. Just because I have a cat named after her doesn't mean I know a ton on her. I believe I did a video on her and her brother at one point. You said Freya. So, you can feel free to go look back at that one or look at other research on her. But yeah, you want to do the research and don't only rely on the person's words. That is one big thing I will always tell people is never take one person's word for everything. Always study, look into things, and be certain. Because I can say she's this, this, and this, and you go look into her, and after you've been following her for a while under those pretenses, and you discover she's actually this, this, and this, and she doesn't fit. Or you don't fit well with her. And then you go back and get mad at the person. So it's easier to go back and just do your research on them. Think about how well of a fit it'll be for you. Because I can't necessarily sit here and say, yeah, she'll be perfect. No. I mean, like I just did the quip of a joke of she's a crazy cat goddess. No, she's a goddess with a chariot pulled by cats. Did you do right there? So I would do your research on her. And if you feel that she's interesting enough, keep up on the research, see what pros and cons and what to do, what not to do. And then make your decision based on that. Kind of what I did with a lot of things and what I did with the Twat de Dannon. And I know I'm pronouncing it differently than other people do, and I apologize. But, boom. The only thing I have left to do on this is the armor and the background. So, I will post the finished version of this in my Discord server after I finish it. If not, I'll do another stream where I finish up doing the detail and the evil things on the armor. But this is what Loki does in about an hour worth of time of coloring, is just that. So, as a side note, when anyone says there's no way your artwork costs that much money, remind them an hour's worth of coloring doesn't even scrape the tip of the iceberg on something. Because there's still a bunch of detail work that's going to be going into this via the coloring itself and the shading. So about a quarter of the picture is done. So remember, if you're getting art, pay your artists. Don't haggle over prices. Let them do the haggling for you. Most of them will go lower if you say you don't have the money for it. Anyways, besides that, look into your gods and goddesses. Enjoy your time. Don't blow up anything else much. And have a wonderful week. And I will hopefully be back with you guys later. So with that, I will stop, and I hope you guys have a great night, and I will see you all later. Blessed be.